Hello everyone, today we will learn about 20 everyday English example sentences, using phrases that can help you improve your English skills. We'll use phrases like can you? This question is very useful when asking for something. Here are 20 example sentences you can use in everyday situations. Can you help me with my homework? Can you pass the salt, please? Can you tell me the time? Can you give me a hand with this? Can you show me how to do this? Can you hold this for a moment? Can you explain it to me one more time? Can you grab me a glass of water? Can you take a picture of us? Can you lend me a pen? Can you call me later? Can you call me later? Can you check this for errors? Can you meet me at 5 p.m.? Can you save a seat for me? Can you watch my bag while I go to the restroom? Can you recommend a good restaurant? Can you speak more slowly? Can you turn off the light when you leave? Can you pick up some milk on your way home? Can you join us for dinner tonight? Like this, can you? The phrase is widely used when asking or requesting something from another person, and it is used very often in our daily lives. Now shall we take a review quiz? Guess how to make the next request in English. Can you call me later? Did you get it right? The correct answer is, can you call me later? Thanks for following along. Memorizing and practicing these phrases will really help you express yourself in English. Could you? The phrase is a slightly more polite way of asking than can you? Now let's look at 20 everyday English examples using could you. Could you open the window, please? Could you send me the document by email? Could you give me directions to the station? Could you say it again, please? Could you keep an eye on my things? Could you tell me how much it costs? Could you bring me the menu? Could you make a reservation for me? Could you fix this for me? Could you drive me to the airport? Could you let me know if you're going to be late? Could you proofread my essay? Could you put the music down a little? Could you help me choose an outfit? Could you look after my pet this weekend? Could you hold the door open? Could you send me your address? Could you taste this and tell me if it needs more salt? Could you let me in, my hands are full? Could you check my pronunciation? By practicing these example sentences, you can also practice asking more politely using could you? You can use this phrase with friends, colleagues, or even strangers. It's review quiz time. What if you say the following in English? Could you please open the door? The correct answer is, could you open the door, please? Today we learned can you? And could you? Practice asking for favors in English in a variety of situations using phrases. Would you? Helps improve English skills. Phrases are a more formal and polite way of making a request or request. It is often used in everyday conversation. Now would you? Let's learn 20 example sentences using phrases. Would you like some coffee? Would you mind opening the window? Would you be available tomorrow? Would you care for some dessert? Would you mind if I joined you? Would you consider trying this? Would you like to go for a walk? Would you please call me a taxi? Would you be able to help me out? Would you like to dance? Would you prefer tea or coffee? Would you mind waiting here for a moment? Would you like to see a movie with us? Would you please sign this document? Would you take a message for me? Would you mind keeping it down? Would you help me move these boxes? Would you mind if I take a day off? Would you like some help with that? Would you pass me the remote control? Here are 20 sentences using should I. This is an expression used in uncertain situations when a decision or action must be taken. Should I call you tomorrow? Should I bring anything to the party? Should I leave a tip for the service? Should I turn off the lights? Should I book the tickets now? Should I wear something formal? Should I come earlier than planned? Should I take an umbrella with me? Should I apologize to her? Should I study more for the test? Should I go for a run now? Should I switch off my phone during the meeting? Should I save this document before closing? Should I ask for a raise? Should I make a reservation? Should I talk to him about the issue? Should I warm up the food? Should I cut my hair short? Should I take the medicine with food? Should I charge the battery now? An expression that politely asks for the other person's opinion or agreement. Shall we? Let's also look at 20 sentences that use. Shall we start the meeting? Shall we go out for lunch? Shall we take a break? Shall we continue this discussion tomorrow? Shall we call it a day? Shall we move on to the next topic? Shall we go for a walk? Shall we order dessert? Shall we try a different approach? Shall we arrange another time to meet? Shall we wrap up here? Shall we watch a movie tonight? Shall we begin the presentation? Shall we vote on the issue? Shall we go to the gym together? Shall we brainstorm some new ideas? Shall we book tickets for the concert? Shall we discuss this over coffee? Shall we plan a weekend getaway? Shall we tackle the problem right now? Have you? Let's look at 20 sentences that find out what the other person using has done or has experience with. Have you finished your homework? Have you seen the latest movie? Have you ever been to New York? Have you tried the new restaurant downtown? Have you heard the new song by Adele? Have you met our new neighbor? Have you decided where to go on vacation? Have you booked your flight yet? Have you experienced snow before? Have you called your mother recently? Have you taken your medicine today? Have you found a good book to read? Have you got a moment to chat? Have you ever gone skydiving? Have you learned to play any musical instruments? Have you been? Let's look at 20 sentences that use. Have you thought about what to cook for dinner? Have you visited the museum exhibit? Have you planned your schedule for next week? Have you checked the weather forecast for tomorrow? Have you solved the problem with your computer? Have you been getting enough sleep lately? Have you been to the new art gallery in town? Have you been working on the project? Have you been practicing your English? Have you been watching that new TV series? Have you been to the doctor for a checkup recently? Have you been exercising regularly? Have you been keeping up with the news? Have you been studying for your exams? Have you been able to relax this weekend? Have you been following the basketball playoffs? Have you been out to the countryside lately? Have you been learning how to cook any new recipes? Have you been to any concerts this year? Have you been managing your time effectively? Have you been making new friends at school? Have you been visiting your family often? Have you been saving money for a special purchase? Have you been feeling well these days? Have you been contributing to group projects at work? May I? The phrase is a polite expression used when asking permission from the other person. Here are 20 everyday English examples using may I. May I come in? May I use your phone? May I sit here? May I try this on? May I ask you a question? May I borrow your book? May I take a look? May I leave early today? May I have a receipt, please? May I take your order? May I go to the bathroom? May I take a photo? May I have some water? May I speak with the manager? May I have the menu, please? May I walk you home? May I join your table? May I have a piece of paper? May I pay by credit card? May I have your attention? If you remember these sentences well, you will be able to use expressions to politely ask for permission in a variety of situations. Let's look at 20 sentences using do you. Do you mind if I sit here? Do you know what time it is? Do you have any vegetarian dishes? Do you want to join us for a coffee? Do you need any help with that? Do you remember where we parked the car? Do you think it will rain today? Do you prefer tea or coffee in the morning? Do you like to travel? Do you speak any other languages? Do you watch the show last night? Do you have plans for the weekend? Do you enjoy cooking? Do you need anything from the store? Do you exercise regularly? Do you play any sports? Do you have a moment to talk? Do you know how to get to the train station? Do you want to share this dessert? Do you need me to repeat that? We provide do you and did you questions that can help you improve your English skills. You will learn about everyday conversation using phrases. Do you is used to ask about present or future possibilities or abilities, while did you is a form of question asking about past actions or experiences. Do you have any plans tonight? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know where the nearest ATM is? Do you want some help with your project? Do you like this color for the curtains? Do you need any more time to decide? Do you remember the name of that book? Do you think you'll finish the report today? Do you feel ready for the test tomorrow? Do you need a ride to the airport? Do you have a second to chat? Do you prefer coffee? Do you prefer coffee or tea in the morning? Do you have any allergies I should know about? Do you need directions to get there? Do you have time to meet up this weekend? Do you want to go see a movie tonight? Do you need any assistance with your luggage? Do you know when the next train leaves? Do you have a minute to go over this report with me? Do you need to take any medication? Do you know how to fix this? Are you free to meet me this weekend? The correct answer is, do you have time to meet up this weekend? This do you. If you use the phrase well, it will be very useful in everyday conversation. Let's look at 20 sentences using did you. Did you finish your report? Did you see that new film? Did you take the keys? Did you enjoy the party? Did you get my message? Did you hear about the news? Did you talk to the boss? Did you visit your grandparents? Did you complete the assignment? Did you go to the gym? Did you cook dinner? Did you meet your friend? Did you solve the problem? Did you remember to buy milk? Did you watch the game last night? Did you find your wallet? Did you save that document? Did you book the tickets? Did you fix the leak? Did you call your sister?